Most people ask me what is art to me, but I said art is everything. Art is my day in, day out. I eat, sleep art. Yeah, man. I'm Peter Peart. Peter Peart, Jamaican artist. I like to express myself in many different type of art. As I say, I do art and canvas, texture art, sculpture, you know, art and just everything. I started doing art actually from school days now, from going to basic school. I was drawing in my book and my mother been saying to me, boy, and auntie and them things, boy, you draw too much, stop drawing in your book and do some study your book and stop drawing. From them days I've been drawing cartoon characters, little Archie book, I mean, I was drawing Archie characters, Spider-Man, all them stuff there. Yeah, man, so I used to draw a lot in my books and get a lot of beating for it, so. So I don't make the beating them go to waste, I used to look through book like, some of the older artists, them like Gainsborough, Picasso, Van Gogh, those artists that do most landscape artists and so, because I like to paint landscape. So I used to go to the landscape, but the abstract part comes from the Picasso side. Well, my creative process is about, I like to create new stuff. Actually, every year I come up with a new idea of doing new creative art, functional art. Art can use in the house, art can use, even I design art and tiles you can put in the bathroom, tile the bathroom wall, tile the floor, even go into a pool. Yeah, man, I do a lot of those kind of art. As I said, everything around me inspired me. If I walk out the street and see something that looks like a piece of art, I want to take a picture of it and go home. I keep it in my head and go home and go try to paint it. So people, landscape, animals, everything around, even the ants inspire me. Well, actually, first thing I said, I wasn't an artist before. I used to do art in school, but after I leave school, I started to do chef work in the kitchen, in the restaurant, in the hotel, as a chef, an assistant chef, airport chef, and I learned about the food thing in the food world. But I find that was a little bit too hectic and can't bother. Too much kitchen, too much fire, I can't bother the fire and the whole for heat. So I decided to go back to my art and start painting like t-shirts, jeans pants, I put design on jean pants, paint little design, paint anything you want to put on a t-shirt, I paint it on it, put it on it. I design t-shirt, jeans, shoes, hat. Yeah, man. Then I started to work with a company called Leslie Art and Gift. And I started to paint billboard. I paint sign, billboard sign, draw stuff on billboard. The first thing I do was, a sign I do for a billboard was Tia Marie. I draw the Tia Marie bottle for them and put it on the big billboard thing. And then people say, boy, you can't draw, you need to go art school. Yeah. After the chef thing, I decided to stop doing the chef thing and decided to go to start. I was painting long before I even start going to art school. Start do some little painting, show them to the galleries, people love them. And say, well, you can paint, man, you need to develop the skill and go art school. So I decided to go to Edna Manley School. Edna Manley, actually, when I started Edna Manley, I can paint already, actually can paint. I just go Edna Manley to get the certificate or the diploma thing, So when I go Edna Manley, I find a lot of students, I used to do, find a lot of students in my class used to do. I take landscape, mostly landscape painting, and then I move on to like a little ceramic stuff. But I find a lot of students in my class, when they see me come, they say, what are you doing here? But I see you work in a gallery already, you don't need to come art school. So I say, all right, I just still go because I do a lot of help. When I do that, go there, I help a lot of students too. Because they say, boy, when I see me painting, them come to ask me, how you do that? How you get that? How you get the tree look like that? How you get the leaf of the tree? And how you get to do water make it look like water? And I try to show them technique that I learned, how to do the water. Because when you go to art school, they don't teach you how to paint water, paint a man. They just put this thing in front of you and say, paint that. And you get a grade from it. So you have to develop your own skill of painting. So you have to paint whatever you see, they give you to paint. And how you paint it, your style of painting. They're not going to show you how to paint so you follow somebody's style, so you paint like people. You have your own technique, your own style, so you paint as your own. Yeah. I'm an artist of many styles. I have a many different styles. I can paint 10 different painting, look 10 different artists. So I have a technique I do. I do abstract, I do landscape, I do textured art, I do little drawing, pencil drawings, crayon texture, I do pastel. Just about every kind of media. I used to do oil and canvas, but the oil can affect my sinus, so I stopped working the oil. I'm a landscape artist. I like to paint country scene. You know, bushes, country, whole houses, river scene, people washing at the river, man with donkey cart, you know, whole house, Wapple and Darby house, them long time house there. Right. Yeah, but you know, I do abstract too, but I use the same term of like how I do the landscape in abstract, in landscape, the realism landscape. I do abstract looking just like that, but I call it semi-abstract. It's not really abstract because you can see whatever I paint. If you look at the abstract, it's people walking the same way. It's abstract, but fully colored, lot of colors. People walking, going on the road, see carrying water on their head. People know me for, they always say, Peter, why you like to paint people going? You know, paint people coming, people carrying something going. I say, yeah, it's good. People must go in. People going about them business. They got to do them things. And a lot of local artists in Jamaica, that's good artists like Barrington Watson, Richard Hall, even Ken Spencer and George Rodney, Alexander Cooper. Those older artists, I always admire them and they inspire me a little too. Well, I do exhibition, a lot of exhibition all over the place. I do in Jamaica, a lot of places in Jamaica, in the Caribbean, a lot of Caribbean. I go most of the Caribbean so far. I do England, I do a show in Italy, I do show in England, in Canada, a lot of places in the state, US in the state, like LA, Texas, Washington DC, New York City. I do a lot of shows all over the place. Most like the consulate. The consulate always invite me up for shows and invite some of the artists them. Well, Jamaica have a lot of talents, and the art is very good here. But boy, we're not getting the push out what we're supposed to get from the art society and the government and so on. They don't give us the help that we want as artists. Sometimes artists out there struggling can paint good enough, but they don't have material, they don't have support. So if they have support and material and people can help them, you have a lot of a good art society in Jamaica if they get the help that they need. Man, I collect most of the artists there. My friends, all of my art friends, I collect from them. I collect back from artists and they collect from me. We trade to sometimes artwork. Because it's good to trade with artists, You get a piece from them and they, give you back a piece. So I have a little collection of most of the artists them so far. So saving those collections for my granddaughter. To give to my granddaughter or grandkids or something. I get a few awards from Jamaica and in the state. I get some award from JBDC Festival, JCDC Festival competition, art competition. I get merit, gold, silver, several awards from. Later days, we already do shows, when I just started out, we do a lot of shows all over Jamaica. We used to do shows at the Pegasus Hotel, the Devon House Gallery, We used to do our shows in the country, Montego Bay, Illegani Art Festival. Most of those shows I used to do them. But nowadays I do most of the craft shows them. When they have like the craft shows in this Christmas and summertime. There's a lot of craft shows, so I go and display, rent a booth space, display my artwork, get sale, make people known. To my terms of artwork, art never finishing because I always find something at the painter to go back and work on. If you don't mind shop me work for a painter, I feel hold here. Just put it down, go back, go back tonight. I put finish on it, I sign it, and then later on I look at it and say, well, that can take 2 months, man. It can work, but again I go back and work. If it don't go out of the studio, it probably get another touch up again. So I never consider a piece done until it leaves the studio. Well, as I said, I'm going to some new textured art style. So I'm doing some new pieces. Find a new technique that I'm working on. It come out soon, will be out soon. So I'm gonna focus on that technique until I master it. Because most technique I try to master them before I move on to another technique. So that master piece, I just move on to that. And I do a couple of those and then move on to different. So I always coming with something new. So you can look out for me. Anytime you see Peter Peart, you say, boy, Peter coming with something new this year. And so you check him out this year. If you have a show, you got to check it out because something new will be. So I always come with something new. Man, there's a lot of young artists out there that can paint. And all of us say just work hard, and art is not something that's overnight. You have to love it, you have to have the patience, and you have to put work into it. Because if you don't, the more you work, the more you develop your technique and the more you develop your skill. So the more you paint, the more you start to see you grow. So just continue to paint and develop your technique. Art will bring you places, man. Just work at it if you like it. It's a passion. If you don't have any passion for it, you're not get far. You're just gonna start and then you just stop. You have to have it day and night, sleep it, eat it, drink it. Yeah, that's why you have to into art. If you love art, it will continue. If you don't love it, it not go far.